going to be using for some advice. Oh, the Pleiadians. The Pleiadians want to come out? Okay. Let's go. Okay. Arcturian ancestors, Arcturian ancestors, Arcturian ancestors. All of my other guides, all of my other guides, the archangels, 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 Christ, 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 Gaia, 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 Goddess Isis, Goddess Isis, Goddess Isis, Ra, Ra, Ra. Pleiadian emissaries of light, Pleiadian emissaries of light, Pleiadian emissaries of light, Lemurian ancestors, Lemurian ancestors, Lemurian ancestors. Lakshmi, Lakshmi, Lakshmi. I call to all of you now to be present here for this light language transmission so that we can hold space for those who are to receive this message. I trust that I am coming from a heart-centered place of authenticity and heart-centered love and gratitude and bliss and joy and excitement. Okay. Peace and love and welcome or welcome back to the Palace of Persephone. My Earth name is Talisa. Nice to meet you. I don't typically say my name here, but my guides have called me to start trying to introduce myself a little bit, so I'm Talisa. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much for returning. We have just recently made it to 400 YouTube family, so thank you so much for 400 YouTube family. I'm very grateful to be growing together and expanding together and connecting together in light and in love and in bliss and in healing. So thank you so much for holding a space for me as I feel really called to hold a space for you as well. So just to get into a little talky talk session before I start this, I have actually been sitting with my guides a lot, especially through my pendulum practice, and they asked me to bring my camera a little closer, to lower it down a little bit, to get a little bit more intimate and heart-centered with you. And I just wanted to say this, to express this, because I do find it important to allow you guys to know the things that I'm still currently going through and growing through and learning from and connecting more to. And so working from a heart space is something I do naturally, but to really make that where I'm making all of my energy come from is new to me, because it's a vulnerable and open experience, but it feels really good to do. So thank you for connecting at the heart space with me. I'm very excited for this transmission because I have experienced anxiety for a good portion of my human experience here on Earth. And I think a lot of healers wind up healing or offering healing in the things that they once experienced, because what better healer to hold space for that than someone who has been in that before. And so for me, like I said, it's still a journey, and sometimes I'll still get these rises of anxiety, and I can tell because I like stress sweat, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I so anxious? But it usually occurs or is like revolved in the world of like when I have to go and meet new people or do things where I don't know everything that's going to happen. But, the more I have been surrendering to spirit, the more I've been letting go and allowing myself to just trust and fall into the arms of creator, of source, of the angels, of my guides, I felt so much better lately, and especially in speaking my truth. And so I just think it's really beautiful that I'm going to be sitting with spirit and with you to be channeling some light codes for us to release any blocks, any energetic distortions or disruptions or blockages within our systems, so that we can remove the anxiety. And anxiety typically stems from this feeling like you don't know what's going to happen, so you project like, oh my gosh, what if this, what if this, what if that, or feeling overwhelmed energetically because you're sensitive to energy around you, so you'll know what resonates for you. And in both of those cases, one of the best things that I've learned how to do is to create a protective egg around myself, to ground my grounding cord every day, to call to my guides, and to surrender and trust. And so I'm surrendering and trusting, and I hope that I trust you are too. And I am moving more and more into light language being a major part of the services I offer. As far as what I'm doing on the channel here and elsewhere as well, you can check out my Patreon if you feel called. But what I am specifically going to be working um, on today with you is going to be channeled from the Arcturians. They have come out very strongly for this session, and the archangels are standing nearby. But mainly an Arcturian message, so I most likely will put that in the title just in case we have any Arcturian star seeds in here. I'm happy to see you here. I have a lot of ties to the Arcturian energy, and I speak mostly for them from sitting with spirit and sitting with each guide and figuring out who I'm really supposed to be channeling with and for. But I first wanted to get a little card for us before I start the transmission from the Pleiadian Emissaries of Light. I've worked with them for a very long time, so I'm very excited to be channeling a message from them before we start any kind of advice, wisdom, clarity, advice, or wisdom. They want to give us some guidance, and I'm just going to sage you a little bit. Clear off anything that does not serve you. 144 as I look at the camera. If you know, you know. And I guess I should stop saying if you know, you know, and just tell you, because a lot of the Pleiadian light work talks about how there are 144,000 starseed light workers that will all become amplified, that will become activated, and send out a ripple effect across Gaia, across all these continents on this earth plane to begin the awakening, to begin a larger shift towards Christ consciousness here on the earth plane. So to see that number is just a beautiful little like hello from my hello, not with two fingers, a little hello from a spirit. So I appreciate seeing that. But yes, let me go ahead and center myself. Sometimes when I talk, I get really Pleiadian and I talk really fast and get really excited. So I'm going to center myself down into Gaia. Feel free to do the same with me. Allow yourself to sink into your chair, to close your eyes if you'd like to really ground into your energy and take a nice, deep, long inhale in, expanding all areas of your body. And a nice exhale out, let it all go. Pleiadian emissaries of light, Pleiadian emissaries of light, Pleiadian emissaries of light. What message, what clarity, advice, or wisdom do you have for us as we move into this light language transmission for anxiety, healing, anxiousness, removing any blocks? Ooh, thank you. I love it. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I wish you know what? I don't know if you guys watch Lulu. She's House of Oshun. I really like her energy. Even though I don't usually go to her messages a lot, I just love her as a person. And when she's like really resonating with spirit, she like shakes her bell, or she rings her bell, but I don't have one. But thank you, Spirit. Thank you. I hear you. I appreciate you. Because the card that just came out is beautiful. So we got living in the eternal present, the now. And I hope that you can read that. If you want to pause it and sit with it later, screenshot it. If you want, if you're feeling anxious and you want to come back to the message, you can read this from the Pleiadians. But I will read it first, and then we'll go ahead and center ourselves, and we will transmit a message to release our blocks for anxiety. So this card says, living in the eternal present, the now. Living in the now allows you to be present in all that you see, in all that you hear, and all that you experience. It enhances your senses and allows you to more fully appreciate each moment and pick up on the subtleties, the messages, and magic that is everywhere. Live in the now, and you will be open to all the wonders of the universe. You picked this card because sometimes you find yourself everywhere except living in the now. That's what anxiety does to me personally. Does it seem to be a pattern that is too difficult to change? Don't worry. You are not alone in this challenge. That is so true. You are not alone. The human mind is not easily focused. It will take practice and reminders to help you live in the present moment. Practice and reminders to help you live in the present moment. Meditation and other spiritual exercises are the perfect antidote to this problem. And they say, I am, as their affirmation. I am lovingly living in the now. If you want to hold your hands to your heart and say, I am lovingly living in the now. Might feel weird to do, but you might feel different when you do it. I am lovingly living in the now. I am lovingly living in the now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Pleiadians. Thank you. And now we will move into a message from the Arcturians. A beautiful people. Please look further into them if you feel called, if you feel strongly associated to the Arcturians. I plan to be doing even deeper research into them as a people, as a beings, as a galactic being. Anaisi kia walai kia moto sokoa. Uskanawaya kana osokoa na ekisia. Uno sokoa na isekea la iki kia sanate yakayate yase. Uno kosoa na ikia la tasasekea. Kea. 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 Uno koana tasasaka ikia wana te osokoa. Eno kosoa na iki kia sate. Ana osokoa na ikia sana la tasasi. Ana ikia ono ala tasasana iki anasi. E kono sono ana ikia na te suku kono ana yasako. Entering now into the depths of your soul. Ano sokoko ana ikia wa la tatase. Allow your divine flame to light. E sana ikia wa loto soko ana isia la wokoso ana itia wasakia. Allow this to emanate into all of your beingness. E anaya wa. He anawaya. He anawaya. He anawaya. Anaya waya goa. Anaya wana goa. Uea. Uea. Hineawaya ko. Unawaya nayatae. Unawanawaya tanea. Uananawaya tane. Uananawana taena. Ono akana e kia sanata tu asake tene okoso wa oskono ana I kia la ata e seke ki ono so. Oskono ana I si kia la na I kia sate ano soko ana I kia la ata sasia. Uno asaka na ikia la wana ikia na tasa na ikia sia uno koso na svoko kwa na ikia la ta ikia sase. Na isia ko la na ikia sate. Aka sana ikioko na I la wata sakia na ukoso na ikia waso kokoa na itia wasase kiaka na la yata yakosoana. Na ikia kokosoana. Na ikia kokosoana. Anua iti kia sa Anua ikia wanata asana. Anua na ikia wanata asana. Ona yaka itia wase. Ana ikia wanaya. Onwana ya itia waioa. Useana iana. Usoana iana. Liana. Liana eokoani. Ana ikia wala na itia soko so ana taikia te. Usoko ana tawa asasikia. We love you. You are loved. Ono osoko ana iki kia sanate. Eseku ono ana iki ana tawa sasikura. Anoko wa sai piava na iki kia la ata sasiko ana ia o asana ki ana itia wasakea. Ano ana ikia wana kosoko ana waya ke. Allow Gaia to hold you and nourish you. Ikia wana koso ana iti. And ground you into your eternal present, into your now. Thank you, Arcturians. Thank you, Arcturians, as I typically say it. Thank you, Arcturian family. Thank you, all of my guides. Thank you for sitting in some silence and some receptivity in knowing in the now, in love, in bliss, releasing all that does not serve you. It feels so good. It feels so good. Remember to not forget to live in the eternal present, the now. This is a beautiful message from the Pleiadians to you, to all of us, to live more in our now moments, because that's where everything occurs. That's where true connection to self and source begins. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for sitting and connecting with me. It feels so good to do, and I'm very grateful, very grateful, very grateful to be connecting to you, connecting to light, connecting to love, connecting to family, to sisters and brothers from my Earth and galactic family. Thanks so much for hanging out. I will see you soon, so I trust this message finds you well, and that you remain open to the signs and synchronicities that await you throughout the remainder of your day. They are here. They are coming. They are now. And as always, until I see you again, I am sending you peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love.